Good morning. Man, it's a beautiful morning over here. Crisp, just gorgeous. Anyway, excuse my voice. This time of year, allergies here just kick my butt. My throat's all swole up and excuse me. Anyway, I was thinking this morning and last night. Sometimes I come across on these videos. I think a little bit like a crybaby, like I'm looking for sympathy or something. I'm not looking for sympathy from anyone on anything. Um, the reason I do these videos sometimes is because of my circumstance, not the greatest, and I want people to see that you can get through these things, and I want them to be done in real time. I don't want what I'm experiencing to be a waste. I'll give you for instance. Sometimes things happen because of choices we make. Sometimes things aren't just dumb luck. Sometimes it's as a result of the decisions we make. I'll give you for instance. The other day, I had to. My mom sent me a package, and she really wanted me to go get it right away, and I kind of knew better. I knew better than to go in the day because I knew the cops would be everywhere. Um, I figured I should probably go in the afternoon, but I knew I wouldn't be able to get it that day, and I disappointed her, and I didn't want to disappoint her. So I waited that morning, and why does that matter? Because the vehicle I had borrowed from a friend of mine, the plates had expired, the registration had expired, and I knew he didn't have insurance on it. That expired too. I didn't want to do anything with it as far as putting insurance on it because I knew in about a week or so I'd have enough money to get me my own vehicle. I wouldn't have to be borrowing from everybody and their dog anymore. Which, believe me, is greatly appreciated. If you have that option, somebody that'll help you out, sometimes you got to take a hand. Sometimes you got to take a hand out or a help up because that's your only option. So that's what I was doing. Anyway, I went to town, pick up the package. I just pull out of the post office parking lot, and sure enough, this sucker nails me. You know how small town cops are, Keystone cops. I mean, got nothing else to do. I practically begged the guy, "Look, dude, can you cut me some slack? Give me a break. I'm 2 days or so from finishing this job, and I'm just telling him basically what I'm doing." He didn't care. He could give a butt less. Anyway, next day I ended up getting insurance on everything. I got this type of insurance. I guess covers you on anything that you drive. I didn't even know it existed. Um, but I was looking for it because I thought, well, maybe I can get the ticket dismissed. I don't know if I will or not, but either way, something I got to deal with. It's just something I got to deal with. But when stuff like that starts to happen, you start wondering, geez. So the next morning, we get up and I'm taking my son to school. And the truck that I had been borrowing from another friend of mine, I knew the clutch was about to go on it. I could feel it. It's a hydraulic clutch, but you could still kind of tell. And but I thought, well, maybe I'll make one more trip, and take him to school and make it back, because I live about 15 miles or so from his school. We live in the country. Anyway, I get about a mile and a half out of here, me and him, and boom, there goes the clutch. It's gone. So we had to walk back home. Next day, I have to get a friend of mine to help me tow it back to the house, which I was lucky to even have somebody that would come way the hell out here to take me back. But man, it just it was like, come on, seriously? So anyway, I get this job doing this fence, and this lady, um, she's gonna pay me when I'm done. I start looking on Facebook Marketplace, and I find a truck really cheap, about an hour from here. So I drive over there, talk to the guy. The guy says, "You know what? I'll even give it to you cheaper than that if you just get it out of here." I said, "Okay, give me a few days. Give me a couple days. Actually, tomorrow I should have this job done, and I'll be back with the money." So that was yesterday. Me and my son get this job done, and I tell the lady, I said, "Ma'am, I'm done with it. Done with it. All I got to do is come pick up the old fencing. I'll be back tomorrow with the truck to pick it up. Could you pay me?" She says, "No, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you till all this is picked up." So I explained my circumstance to her. She's a customer from another customer. She got me by word of mouth. I said, "Ma'am, you know I'm straight up." I said, "You can call the lady that I just finished. She'll tell you." She said, "I don't care. I've been burned before. I don't trust anybody anymore." I said, "Okay." So I tell my son, "Well, we got a choice. We got just enough money to fill up the tank in this Explorer and maybe make 3 trips. Because I live about 50 miles away, maybe a little more." And he says, it's a little over an hour anyway away, so it's more than 50. But anyway, um, I said, "We'll just fill up the back of the Explorer and keep bringing loads till we get done." So anyway, this morning we got to go get another load, maybe two. we should, be able to pick up that truck. Meantime, a friend of mine calls me on this Explorer that he's been letting me use, and he says, you know what, I'm just going to sell it to you cheap because I need the money, and I know you need the vehicle. I couldn't help but think, I'm going to go from nothing to at least having 2 vehicles that I can use. One decent for in town and one for hauling stuff. It's nothing to look at, but it gets me A to B and does the work that I needed to get done. But what if I would have went to pieces when I got pulled over by that cop? What if I said, oh no, I don't got insurance, I got a big fat ticket, now I can get trouble again, and I would have just shut down? What would have happened then? I wouldn't have anything. But you know what? I went to work. I took my butt to work. Damned the cops, who cares? I didn't have a choice. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. Is this something that you want to do? No. Do you hope that they cut you some slack if they nail you? Yeah, you hope so. But if they don't, what are you going to do? You didn't have anything anyway. So what's the difference? You just got to keep fighting. You can't give up. And so that's what we did. You know, my son's been training lately. He's been really working his butt off. Trains every night after school. Trains every morning before school for boxing. He's getting ready to box. And I tell him, you know what? I have no doubt in my mind you're going to be fighting in that Alamo Dome. You're going to be a champion. You're going to be fighting for a championship. But you know what? As much as I believe that, we wouldn't even get to that point if I don't do what I have to do now to get through these piddly-ass stuff that's happening to me. If I don't knuckle up instead of knuckling under and fight back and continue to do what I'm doing, he's not going to have the opportunity to do what he wants to do. So I keep fighting. You know, a lot of times we see successful people and we think to ourselves, man, they're lucky. Wow, how did that happen for them? I wish that would happen to me. We don't see the struggle. We don't see the fight in between that they have to go through to get to where they got. We think it just happened overnight. We see singers like that, athletes like that, different people. But really, there's a struggle, and it takes time. I guess what I'm trying to tell you is never give up. You know, I always tell you, nothing good is easy, nothing easy is good. If it's worth having, it's worth working hard for. You know, I worked hard for all the stuff that I had, all the vehicles that I had that she got rid of, that she ripped me off. I worked hard for those things. Did I expect to happen what happened? Should it have happened to me? No. Did I do anything wrong for it to happen to me? Absolutely not. I did nothing. But you know what? It happened. I can talk all I want about being positive, about fighting back, about doing the right things. But unless I do them myself, it means nothing. That's why I do these videos. Not so you feel sorry for me, not so that you can say, geez, that guy's got the luck of a buzzard. No, but so that my experiences don't go to waste. The things that happened to me just in the last few days don't go to waste. But somebody can see that, you know what, I don't quit. Even if it's something I really don't want to do. Did I want to drive without insurance? No. Did I want to do any of that stuff? No. But I didn't have a choice. If I was going to survive, if I was going to make it from A to B to get to the next level, I have to do something I didn't want to do. And sometimes you got to do those things. But you don't give up. You never, ever give up. And you never feel like it's the end of the road. You never do. Because it never is. As long as you can wake up, as long as you can take that deep breath, as long as you can suck in that crisp air, it's another beautiful day that God's given you. Take advantage of it. And you know what? When you go through bad times, remember, you're going to be able to help somebody else down the road. You're going to be able to use your experience, and it may even be your kids. But if you don't have those hard times, if you don't remember them, if you don't burn them into your brain, you're never going to have the good times. And the good times are always sweeter after the bad times. Anyway, with that, I hope you have a great weekend. Hope things go well for you, and we'll talk to you another day.